triangle XYZ is shown below. What is the length of segment XY? Here's X, here's Y, so we are looking for this length. Now it appears that this large triangle, it looks like it is a right triangle. It looks like this is a right angle here, but they did not put the little box, so we can't assume that it is a right triangle. If it were a right triangle, I'd do leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared, but can't do that in this case. Here, this one is a right triangle, so this side is also a right triangle. And on this one, if I just chose this left part, I'd do leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared, but there's a problem because I don't know this length here. I know that XZ is 10, but I don't know what just this part is. But I can find this part because I have leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. So let's do that, and then we can subtract to get this other part. So leg squared plus the other leg, and I'll just call this B, plus B squared equals hypotenuse squared. 4 squared, 16. And 5 squared is 25. So I need the 16 to go to the other side. B squared is 9. And to undo squaring, I take the square root. What do I do to one side? I do to the other. I get B equals 3. So this is 3. If this side is 3, this side is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. So now, let me switch colors. Now I can have a right triangle, and I know the two legs, and I need the hypotenuse. So for this green one, 7 squared plus 4 squared equals, and I'll call this C, C squared. 7 squared is 49. 4 squared is 16. C squared. And 49 and 16. $65. 65 equals C squared. Again, we undo squaring by taking the square root. What we do to one side, we do to the other. And we get C equals the square root of 65. Right there. Now I'm curious, had I assumed this was a right triangle, I want to know if the answer would be on there. I'm going to switch colors again. And if this was a right triangle, we would be doing leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. And I'll just do it right up here. 5 squared plus C squared equals hypotenuse would be 10. 10 squared. 5 squared is 25. C squared and 100. Subtract 25 from both sides. I get 75, and take the square root of both sides. And yes, had I assumed that this was a right triangle, I would have gotten this answer, and it is not correct. This is not a right triangle. Don't assume that it is. Now over here, this side I know is a right angle because this side is, and I can assume if it looks straight that it is straight. So if I have a straight line here, 90 degrees on one side, that leaves 90 degrees for the other. Be very careful